Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me again is lovely Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to higher dimensions of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way of describe the unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have the deep desire to integrate the consciousness in 3D world. So this one is like little bit from Morgan's uh,
Website.
website. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. This is
Yeah.
little bit from Morgan's website because
Yeah.
what I had, she is Adept visionary spiritual guide, ceremonialist, and artist didn't work for me very well.
I want you to read that last line off from my website because that's so powerful.
Interesting. I actually wanted to drop this last line.
Read that last line.
Okay, Morganne is here to serve those who seek great understanding of their sacred spiritual self and have the deep desire to integrate the consciousness in their 3D world.
Yeah,
Integrate consciousness in 3D world.
that's right. That integrate that sacred spiritual consciousness into the 3D world. And that's the work that we do with A Course in Miracles, bringing heaven to earth, bringing awareness to our minds, awakening. And that's what that is. But it's integrating that so that you can truly be in the world and not of the world, that you are sacredly, spiritually directed in your world rather than the world moving you, shifting you, offering up what it has to offer up and you reacting or responding to that. It's very different when we come from that place of that awareness. I mean, anybody can meditate and pray and do all of that. But if you just leave it there and you don't take that awareness and consciousness with you into your world, you haven't got it yet, right? You're just taking these little, almost like little spiritual naps, right? But it's the being integrated in your world as an awakened being that makes the difference in the world, that helps others wake up, that that wakes us up even more as we are doing it. So that last line on there was really important to me, so that because I want us all to wake up. And we can't do it unless we do the bits of work. And it's really not work. It's lovingly reminding ourselves. It's choosing. I love that word, choosing to be in the right mind, choosing to be centered in the Holy Spirit, choosing to be awake rather than to be asleep. And in a moment, I can play a video that will really, I got to shift here. Okay, much better. Much better. So most people are sleepwalking.
Yep.
They are sleepwalking.
And they are driving and they have no clue where they're driving.
That's right.
And where they're getting.
That's right. And hopefully they arrive safely. And, we do, our ego does have some capacities, right? It can get us from one place to the next, but how we get there and what consciousness we get there, that's always the question. So yeah. Anyway, so this morning, a little video came past my feed, and it's interesting because I don't often click on little random videos because I'm just really too busy for that. But this one I was guided to watch. And I think this kind of explains. So if we could just play that video, is that okay with you to do that right now?
Yes, brilliant.
Okay.
Just give it to me and we can play.
Here, I can do it. Share screen. Okay, and I probably will. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think maybe we'll all get it right away. Okay, so here's this guy, and he is.
There it is.
Can you see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so this is called a selective attention test, and we all have selective attention. And I just want to talk about that for a moment. Selective attention would be, if we are, let's pick something like worried. If we are worried, our attention is placed on the worry. It's placed on the what's not happening or what is happening that shouldn't be happening. Anything that we are worrying about, we have a selective attention to that. And when we are in a selective attention with a worry or a concern, things can happen around us that we're not even aware of. Like we become so obsessed with that concern or that worry. I mean, it can be, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be worry. But if we have our attention just on a select thing, then we may be missing what's really going on. So this little video explains that really well. So I want you to, and I hope you can, I'm going to start sharing it and then tell me if you can hear it really well, okay?
This is going to blow so many of your minds. Okay, watch only the people in the white. I'm about to play a video. This is the selective attention test. Only count the number of passes between the people wearing white, okay? Only 50% of people get this correct. So I'm going to play the video. Watch this. Count only the white, okay? And pay attention. Okay, here we go. Remember, count only the passes for white. See if you can get this, okay? Pay attention. Okay, how many passes did you get? The answer was 15, but that wasn't the test. The test that's going to really blow your mind is that there was a gorilla, play it back, that walked straight through the middle, and you didn't even notice it because you were busy counting how many passes the white people were passing, right? And this is funny because this is a little bit how the media work.
Hang on, let me get out of here.
You don't need to get out. I already take you out. You are on the full screen.
Okay, wonderful. So did you get that? Did you?
I knew what the test is about.
Uh-huh.
So I counted sort of black and white, but gorilla I didn't notice.
Right.
I have different. With clients, I'm telling this about look around your room, how many, let's say, red objects you have in room, yeah?
Exactly.
And then I ask them how many white, yeah?
Exactly. So our attention was so fixated on what the command was, right? Only look at the people passing the white that are in white. So you get so fixated on that, you miss the big fat gorilla that's coming through the room. I mean, it's like, and it's so there. But that's the way we as humans are. We get so fixated on, well, let's say our problems, right? That you can't see the answers. You get so fixated on the trouble that that's all you can see and that's all you can experience, and then you can't see where the answers are or where the help is. So that video is so cool because it was right there. It was right there in front of us. But and he's talking about media, but it's the same thing. People directing our attention where they want our attention to go. Marketing does the same thing. Marketing tells us where we're deficient, what we need, and how they can solve the problem for us. Right? And we go, okay, all right, right? And this is a prime example of how can we begin to be awake and aware in the present moment without the world directing us to what we should look at. And that's just a prime. Look at only the people throwing the ball in the white shirts. Go ahead, don't worry about anything. Just look at that, right? So when we become mesmerized by that command, words are spells. Words are spells. And he cast a spell on us by saying, only look at the people in white passing the ball. And we go, okay, only the white, okay. And we put all our attention on that. And we missed the lesson. We missed the gift. So, and that's the way we are in our lives, right? We become so unaware. But that's because we don't take that time to be centered in our awakefulness, in our centeredness, and ask to be shown what's most important in our lives. Ask to be led and guided to those things that will enrich and bring joy to our lives. We don't, humans don't do that anymore. They get up in the morning and they get their clothes on and they're out the door, right? Just
last minute and running, closing your shirt or tidying tie or something, just in a run.
Yep. And a lot of people don't even take time to not only do they not nourish their minds and their hearts and their spirits and their souls, they don't nourish their bodies. And they grab stuff and they chow it down, and there's not even a consciousness about what it is they're putting into the body, right? So all of this, what he was doing was really casting a spell on us for what he wanted us to do. He did it so that we could wake up, actually, and see what we're missing. So I would ask other people, where do you get so fixated in your life that you can't see anything else around you? And I've done that before in my life, where I got fixated on a problem and I couldn't solve it. But the thing was, it wasn't for me to solve. I wasted all that time trying to figure out a problem that wasn't even mine to solve. So, and then one day I woke up and went, oh, that's not even mine. That's not even mine. And so when I realized that wasn't mine, it was so easy to let it go. And it wasn't my problem. And I called it a problem, which it might have been a gift. So anyway, I thought that video was just a really good example of how we as humans, unawakened humans, just listen to the world to direct us what to do, what to think, what to say, how to be, what to wear, when to wear it, how to wear it.
How long to wear it, because their seasons is coming and changing, and next year will be different fashion in the top. Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah, exactly. And if you think about marketing, like we'll talk about fashion, right? That's a money generated consciousness. They're just trying to create money, right? And we are its willing participants by saying, okay, it's white season now. Oh, and just rather than selecting things that, like, we'll talk about clothing, right? Selecting things that make your heart go, wow, I love that. I love how that feels. I love the experience of it. We don't do that. We just go in line with what the world tells us. I have an idea about what it might look like if, well, I don't really have the full idea, but I can imagine what it might look like if we could think and come out from under the spells of the world. And I know people, like, there are things in the world that I don't affect me. I can't be spelled, but there are things that do, even in what we think are the good things, right? We can get lured in and stop thinking for ourselves, and even following spiritual gurus, we stop thinking for ourselves, and that is taking away our power and giving our power to someone else or something else. Stop it. Stop it. I need to go close my curtain because the sun's coming.
Curtain, and I want to invite
Okay.
you of our listeners, please say hello to us. Please go on comment section and please say hello. Let us know who you are and maybe you have some questions to us. So we are very happy to have you involved in our program. And also, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so our information can go far and we can manage help many more people. And before uh, Morganne start talking, we can say to Morganne and I are taking in private clients. I'm taking in private clients for therapy, and Morganne taking in private clients for her magic. I
Magic.
cannot, I cannot say anything else about magic she does, but she does magic.
I have magic for everything but my hair today. I can't seem to figure it out, but that's okay. I'm going to put it up in another ponytail and call it good. All right. So going back.
Something you have something else to say at the moment, or you want to start something new?
I don't know. What do you want to do?
No,
It's your.
why this pause what we had? I just wanted to do inputs here because I have now few clients who
Mhm.
exactly been like stuck in their view of their life. Yeah, and it's very Jeannie is here with us. Hi ladies, she says. Hello Jeannie. Hello. uh, yeah, I have few clients, and uh, these girls really can't see anything way out of it. Yeah, they suffering from from boyfriends who are really not anymore interested in this relationship, but they cannot let them go. They just feel that now without him, he used to be for 3 months or 4 months, he used to be great, but now he changed, and if I change, maybe everything else will be okay. Yeah, and all these kind of things, and really very difficult is to let her see. Yeah, that there is actually, without this boyfriend, there is the world, and
Right.
there is.
Well, you said the problem right in the very first statement you made. She can't see, and I can't remember the rest of it. But
Mm.
when a person cannot see another vision for themselves, remember, I mean, I've said this a lot of times on this show. In the scriptures, it says, without a vision, the people perish. Without a vision, right? So a vision is seeing. That's that internal mechanism of our minds that can see our way out of a problem, can recreate or create within their own mind using their imagination. When you say I can't see or they can't see, what we're holding them to is they've lost their connection with their sacred spiritual self, and they are just dancing with the ego, right? I can't see, I'm stuck in this relationship, I'm stuck in, whatever that story. They're telling a story to themselves over and over again. And not only that, as they're telling the story, they're winding up all this emotion wrapped up into it. And so remember, I go back to my spiritual statement 101: a thought plus a feeling equals a result. So what's the result? Bad relationships, sucky relationships, disconnected relationships, whatever that story is. Okay, that's the result. What the heck were you thinking and feeling to create that? Let's just go there. What are you thinking? Oh, I can't see anything better for myself. Oh, this is, it's like you got to go back and think about, what am I thinking and feeling here? And for her, she's like reeling on a roller coaster. She cannot see anything for herself. She's stuck in a bad relationship. She's having all these feelings about it. But
But she loves him dearly.
Okay. Okay, then this one does not know love, because that is not love. She might want him dearly. She might need him dearly. But if she truly loved him and he didn't want to be a part of that relationship, if she truly loved him, what would be the most loving thing to do?
Let him go.
Yeah.
And that would be loving thing, not only for him be released and be free, yeah, but would be loving thing for herself
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely. But because we become attached to things that we can't have, we suffer. So what she's addicted to is suffering. She's addicted to suffering, right? And that's just the ego that says she can't have, she won't have, right? So, and maybe she does love him, right? But when is she going to begin to love herself, right? And she's thinking out of a very limited imagination there, right? She's probably thinking this is the only one she'll ever have, or whatever, right? I don't know her, so I don't know what her whole story is. And I don't have to know much of the story, but what I do know is that she's limiting herself, and she bought into the limitation, and she just bought into it, that, yeah.
She says that she cannot even imagine something different, and as many times she been trying already previously get away from him, she always come back to him.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, and
She,
that's
she,
very huge suffering, huge mental problems, huge lots of other things.
yep. She's attached to suffering. She's attached to it. And anytime you're attached to it, when you look at your life and your life's not working out, you got to look at what you're attached to. She's attached to a story, right? She's attached to a story that she loves this person, but he doesn't love her the same way. She's got a good story going on there, right? And she's probably looking for some commiseration on it to further validate her story. But the truth is, it's a story, and it's a story about attachment. And she does not love herself. If she loved herself, she could let that go, all things that don't belong to her. Why would you want to hold on to something that doesn't belong to you? That just weights you down. That just breaks your heart.
And stops something better to come in life.
Exactly. It's kind of like that little movie I just played there, right? She's so obsessed to, how do I get him back in my life? What do I do? Who do I become? What should I wear? Playing that game, right? That she can't see the good that could walk right into her life. It'll just walk on by. It'll just go on. Can be a big old gorilla. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Huge gorilla.
Right? It doesn't matter. If we are fixated on our suffering, fixated on what we cannot and should not have, that does not belong to us, we're gonna get, oh, I counted 15 balls, right? Right? You get all excited.
Yeah, so great. I done so well. Have you see gorilla now? No. I counted even black and white, but still didn't see gorilla.
That's right. Because
but you see how actually person like me, when I teach the same things, obviously different ways, but same thing. And I knew what about is this video, straight away. I understood what is about this video. So I knew there can't be only this white one. We're talking about black and white, yeah?
Yep.
But gorilla I still missed.
Yeah, because you had a limited idea about what might be happening. You had a bigger idea that, oh, wait a minute, I know this is a trick, right? And you knew that. It's like, oh, there's something more here, right? But still, in your limitation, you just chose black and white. Well, how interesting, that we would just choose the obvious. If it's not white, it's black. And that's, that's the way the mind works. When we begin to lose our minds.
Okay.
We'll just lose our minds.
That's new concept.
To lose your mind. That's the best thing that can happen to us is if we lose our mind, because that overthinking, critical mind, or thinks it's right mind, or all of that egoic mind, that's what we need to lose. And we need to get back into our hearts and into thinking from our heart, thinking from the place of the Holy Spirit, and moving in the world. So, yeah. Yeah.
Really is case for my clients, really is case to start looking at self-love, to start looking at I am worth more.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh yeah, began contemplating that, right? What would love really look like if she was really loved and really loved someone? What would that look like? Like play with that. Go into that realm. What would that feel like and look like? Juice that up, right? Because the truth is she's got herself in probably an addictive pattern. And, once we get into addictive patterns, we can't see anything else. It takes a great deal of love and compassion for someone to help guide her into reimagining what else is possible, right? So, yeah.
Yes, I do hope she will be watching this program and will find some support in that.
Yep. Yep. I do too, but again, it's her choice, right? But the thing is, she hasn't learned also that she can choose again. That one didn't work. Okay, next,
Mhm.
right?
Choose again.
Choose again, right? Oh, that thought didn't help me out. Oh, that bad feeling didn't quite work. Choose again. And that's what Course in Miracles is all about. Oh, well, we get to choose again, right? So, so, which brings me to a really good point about choosing again, right? And mistakes that we make. So, when we make mistakes, that's just part of life, right? Because there's a lot going on, and it's like we're going to try it this way or try it that way or try it another way. And if that didn't work, oh, let's try something else, right? So we can always choose again. I actually lost my thought on that. It was a really good thought too. So, but we can always choose again whenever we. Oh, I know where we're going. Okay, so if we continually make the same mistake over and over again, even though we know what that result will be, that's crazy making right there, right? That's just crazy making that we would choose again and again and again and again and try it again the other way. After a while, what that mistake becomes is a sin. It becomes a sin. So a sin means to miss the mark over and over again. We're missing the mark. That sin is an archery term that means to miss the mark. So we can miss the mark and try again, but if we continually do it over and over again, we become attached to that wrong idea, thinking it's going to give us a different result. That's really crazy making. Doesn't make any sense, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like people who choose to hang up. I just love people who choose to hang on to upset or anger towards people, right? It might be valid. It might be maybe something did happen, but when we continually hang on to it, is it hurting the person who created the original hurt? No, it's just hurting us if we hang on to it, if we hold on to it, if we continue the thought. It's not hurting anyone else but us. So what's the point? So it's become like we're in an abusive relationship with ourselves.
Some time ago, I had one client who uh, choose to actually be miserable because somebody else always is better than him.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter how much he tries, best of the class, best of the course, whatever. Yeah, somebody else is better than him. Yeah, and really, he didn't even see a reason why he should live because he anyway can't achieve anything. Yeah, because somebody else always will be better.
Yeah, if that's the way he goes through life with a measuring stick, right? He's just walking through life with a measuring stick. Oh, that one's better than me. Let me shrink back. Oh, that's better than me. Let me shrink back. That's just an excuse. That becomes an excuse, right? But it's a programming that he has, and he may have gotten it from a parent or a school or teacher. Doesn't matter where he got it. He's got this thought. Everybody's better than him, right?
Mm.
It's That's just a thought. And how does he feel about that thought? And it continually manifests because everybody he meets is better than him because he's affirmed it over and over and over again. And at that point, I just go, well, and so it is. Everybody's better than you because what else are you going to do, right? We can know the truth for him, right? But he's not gotten the truth for himself. That reminds me of a story, and I may have told it on your show before. I was teaching a metaphysics class, and there were a lot of people in this class. I think there were like 150 people in this class. It was big, and there was this woman in the class that she was way into her story, and like she got up, she stood up, and with all her passion and sorrow and grief, she just regaled that story all over the place and had us all wrapped up in her energy and what she was doing. And it was it was really a tale of woe and misery. And when she was done, I just went, and so it is. And then I turned back to teach class. Well, when I said that, that stirred her up because I came into agreement. I let her have her story. Really, what she was wanting was a different story, right? But she didn't know that until I came in. Okay, and so it is. There you go. That's your story. You can have it. And the energy that when she realized what had happened, that was the beautiful part. Wait a minute. No, but that's not what I want. That's that, right? I don't want, I go, oh, well, I thought you were telling us how it was. This is what you wanted us to agree with you. I go, what is it that you want us to agree with you? What do you really want? Right? And that's where the work is. That's where the beauty is. That's where we begin to reimagine and think about what else is possible here. Right?
I think that's why there came in that really people need other people like you and I, yeah, to help out and show them so it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know myself, if I didn't have you, yeah, it's not easy all the time control every single your thought and word. And knowing that every single word what we say is actually spells.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yep, it's your frequency, and it matches up with the frequency in the outer realm. That's why you got to be careful about what you speak into the world, because when you speak it into the world, you're speaking the vision you have into the world, so the vision can come back to you.
Yes. So it's really as more as I learning about energy, as more as I learning about how everything works, yeah, and obviously teaching myself and learning more and learning more from everywhere, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really scary how powerful we are and how we can mix up other people around us without even knowing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one client who struggled with used to struggle. I had everything, thank God, is resolved and fine. But I had her. We only find out in our meditations when we go back in her life. Yeah, we find out that all her troubles is only from one little girl in kindergarten was rejecting her while she was 6. Yeah, in kindergarten, we're talking about 4, 5, something like that years old.
Exactly. Exactly. A wound.
She came back from sickness and her friend said, no, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Now I have this and this, yeah, as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And this poor lady was scarred for years.
Well, it wasn't the poor lady. It was the little girl, right? Listen, it was the little girl that got so wounded and hurt and being rejected. And, humans have just such a need to belong, right? And when you are pushed aside or ostracized or, or belittled or whatever, right? Especially at such a young age, it lives inside of it lives inside of you unless you have someone around you that can help you realize what the truth is, right? We'll take the wound and we run inside of ourselves and we bury it, but that wound will come out. It will come out especially in relationships, right? You start to get close to somebody, but you might pull back because you leave the relationship first so you don't get hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
You leave the relationship. And I know this particular one, right? So an original wounding in relationship, it's kind of like that was my story going back there as a little kid, right? But the truth is that was that original wound, and I carried that wound, and this woman carried that wound, or whoever it was carried that wound. And for me, my strategy was to, as soon as things got really good and tight and loving and good, I'd leave the relationship, and I'd do it before they would leave me. Good strategy, huh?
Good strategy, but it didn't hurt you.
No.
It didn't hurt you when you leave somebody like that.
Yep. So, we look at those wounds, and, like, for my strategy was to leave before I got left, right? Thinking that would keep me from being hurt. But that wasn't truth. That was just the strategy of a 6-year-old little girl. And so that 6-year-old little girl drove my relationships for a very long time.
Yeah, there you have it.
Right?
There you have it. I hope we have more people listening to us and watching us. Please say hi. Please say hi. Maybe you have some questions. Please say hi. Please ask your question. Now is the
Well,
time.
we're getting down to the end of time, though.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
now getting down to end of time. So,
Yeah.
if you have questions, please ask them. I think we today already tell quite a lots of tips how to do things and how to get
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. So, it's really being really present and coming from your own knowingness rather than having the world dictate to you how to see things or how to see the world. Really come into your own awareness and bring your awareness to the world so that you can see what's most important. You can experience what's most important, not where people want to lead you or not where organizations want to guide you. You come from a place where you begin to see I love to take photographs, and a lot of times I've traveled with other people, especially friends, and they all know that I've got my camera right there and I'm going to be taking photographs. Well, what's interesting is I take photographs of things people don't ever see, that they'll never, they just don't see it. Like they're looking at like if we're traveling in Greece or whatever, you're looking at the big, beautiful ruins and all of that. I'm seeing the puppy dog curled up in a little ball by the flower pot, right? So people will look at my photographs and go, "Were we on the same trip?" Right?
Yeah.
No, we weren't on the same trip. We might have gone to the same destination, but I want to see the beauty. I want to see the I want to see the culture. I want to see it through those fresh eyes. I don't want to see what the tour guide is showing me. I want to see the glimmer of a little old lady looking, or that's what's real for me, right? To view my world from a place of love and joy and excitement and wonder, just pure wonder. That childlike consciousness of, wow, look at that. When was the last time you guys went outside and went, whoa, look at that? The buds are starting to come on, right? It's like, have you ever really gone up and looked at where it begins to swell up on a limb or a branch, and then it starts, it swells up and it starts to pop out, and you can watch the progression of it become a beautiful flower and be beautiful, but eventually that flower's going to shrivel up and that little thing's going to drop off, and then you just got the limb. But if you weren't awake to the process, you'd have never seen the magic happen. You'd have never seen that. A lot of people just drive by and see the trees in bloom. Oh, trees are in bloom, right? But they don't experience the magic. They just don't experience the magic of it. So pay attention, stay awake.
Yeah, I was having as well experience. I was walking and I hear some birds and I look up and there was little bird seagull. Yeah, with mom having conversation. Mom wants little one to move one way and little one didn't want to move that way, and they had conversation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I had pictures taken from. I love magnolias, and I have my tree in the park, and I was taking pictures literally every week. Yeah, I was taking pictures how much this bud is opening up, like tiny bud to start with, until it's open to a beautiful flower. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's really I love as well. Look at those inner
Yeah,
something
the
something.
magic of it, it doesn't just show up as a flower. It becomes it becomes, and and it's not like somebody went and stuck the flower there. There's an internal movement within that tree or that plant, right? There's an urge for its own beauty to be revealed. Its timing, and its timing is always perfect. But we as humans, we don't we've lost that connection to our own time, right? We get stuck in, oh, I have to always be blooming. No, sometimes there's rest. Just like plants, humans need to rest and let go. Let go to what don't. That's why I love fall so much. That metaphor of the leaves falling off. They're just letting go of what's no longer useful. It's all gone. It's like your client. She keeps hanging on to a relationship that causes her suffering. Okay, right? But if she could just let it go, then and she could start getting in touch with what it is she really wants, right? She wants to be loved and cared for and experience connectedness and joy. Well, what would that feel like? What would that look like, right? She got to move into that conversation with herself.
Exactly, and we already 3 minutes late of our meditation, so we are behind our schedule.
All right. Well, let's just take a moment here, everyone, and bring your awareness to the present moment. And this is where it all happens, is in the present moment. And if you find your mind wandering to what happened before or what's going to happen, just with a beautiful breath and your intention, bring your awareness to the present moment. Don't have an expectation of what this present moment is. Just bring it to the present moment. Take a breath in and the breath out. Let's just be conscious of the breath for a moment. Something so ordinary and mundane, we do it so automatically. But when we bring our awareness to it, it becomes conscious and the breath becomes energized. Imagine within the air that you're breathing in, just everything that you need to sustain your body, to bring life to your beautiful body. Take that breath in now. Breathing through your nose. And give to your body that breath of life. And on the exhale, release and let go all things that no longer belong. The old breath, the old consciousness. Let it go. Just let it go. Again, let's think about that air that is all around us that has in it oxygen and well, it's H2O, so it's got hydrogen, oxygen. It's got everything we need. That breath of life, but also within that breath of life is the energy and the energy and the presence of our Creator is in that air. For Creator is in all things. It is all things. So bring that to your awareness. And in your awareness, imagine that air just imbued with the living presence of the Holy Spirit, loving Creator, divine source and substance. Imagine that in the air all around you. You might see it as sparkles. You might see it as black nothingness. I don't know what you imagine. It doesn't matter. But the awareness that the presence and the power and the love of God is right there in the air. And that the next breath that you take is you're bringing that all within you. Take a breath in. Anchor it and allow and hold that breath. Hold that breath in there. Maybe even expand the breath some more. And allow that breath to energize every cell of your being, waking it up, remembering that the power and the presence and the life of God is everywhere present and now in you. Let your breath go. Breath in again. Bring in that power and that presence within your own beingness. Let that breath clear out your head, clear out your thinking, and let the breath go. Bring in that conscious breath again. Bring it into your heart, clearing out every heart wall, every resistance to love. Just let it break all that up and let the breath go. We're going to bring that breath in and let it feed your whole body temple, giving it its life, its wholeness, and its perfection. Breath in. Every cell of the body just responding to this, letting the power and the presence of the Holy Spirit into every cell of your being, igniting every cell of your being into newness, brand new cells that are whole and healthy, perfect, functioning, clean and clear. And now let go of the old. Now just take some beautiful breaths in. Just come to your natural pace of breathing. And if your natural pace of breathing is very shallow and very few breaths, bring awareness to that. Just get in touch with, how do I breathe? And bring your awareness to your heart. And as we have awakened the cells of our body, and our body just beautifully percolating along with fresh, clean, healthy cells, as we have brought that breath of awareness of the power and the presence of God in everything in the air, in everything, and that it is within us, and we consciously breathe that in. Imagine within that your heart space there, that energy of you as God's frequency, God's love, God's power, God's energy right there in you, as you. And with this energy, what is possible? In the scriptures, it says, with God, all things are possible. What's possible for you? And begin to invite that thought into your everyday. What else is possible? Even if it's good, well, what else is possible? We're not here to limit God in any way or limit self in any way. What else is possible? And bring your awareness to your heart. And allow those words of what else is possible to become like a mantra in you. As you move in your world, what else is possible? As you begin to vision your life, anchored there in the Holy Spirit, what else is possible? And be patient and be open to receive the vision from your very highest self, who you truly are. Now bring your awareness back to your heart. And invite everyone to do this kind of exercise throughout the day and the week. Heck, make it part of your life. For the power and the presence of God is not stagnant energy. It grows and it increases. And the more that we use it and live with it, it becomes more and greater, so that more things are possible. All things are possible. Peace is possible. Love is possible. Goodness is possible. Joy is possible. Transcendence is possible. Transformation is possible. What else is possible? And as you allow that mantra just to kind of live right there inside of you, perhaps you can agree with me today to live in that possibility of what else is possible, so that you don't miss what it is you're really truly supposed to see. You begin to see with the eyes of spirit that sees all, and sees what it is correct for you. Take a breath in. Anchor your possibility within your own beingness as we give thanks for what was given here this day. As we give thanks for the guides and the signposts that show us. As we become aware that there are guides and signposts there for us to see. If we have the eyes to see it, the ears to hear it, the awareness to know it. And so I give thanks for the increase of awareness within every being here. I give thanks for the increase in spiritual sight, that insight, so that our human sight can see more of what's possible. I give thanks for that internal knowing that is increased by abiding in the knowingness of Creator. I give thanks for this coming together, for this remembering together, and for this awakening together. And so, for all of this, for the guidance we've received, for the video that we watched that was just simply brilliant, I give thanks and release us all to go find out what else is possible this day. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Another very powerful meditation. Thank you. It's very difficult to speak after meditation. I can tell you that. Please, if you like this video, please look back. We have plenty more videos like this. And Jenny is saying, thank you, Morganne and Daiga. You are very, very welcome. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, everybody else who even didn't say hello, for being with us. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe for my YouTube video channel so we can share this knowledge, share this beautiful wisdom to more and more people who need it at the moment. From our hearts to yours, thank you very much for watching, and God bless.
Bye.